Hey guys, I figure I'd give you an update on the build. I'm still going to be picking up a hub motor as well as the hoverboard for if I can actually just buy the motor separately, I probably will, but it's easier for me to just buy the hoverboard and rape it for parts. I could use the both motors and the battery out of it. I saw this video online in India, a kid making a freewheel crank out of an old crank, because I don't want to be cutting apart my brand new one. I'd rather put that away in storage. I have this one here, but the issue with this one is it's dimpled on the inside like that, and once you drill out all the rivets, it's I actually didn't even feel like it's steel. It feels like it's aluminum. But when you drill out the rivets, you got to be able to weld this like that to it, and it's not very flat. Obviously, you only get a few little areas to do it. Versus this one here is old and it's chromoly. It's not my first choice, but I can always paint it. I had to grind out the rivets. These two here are one piece. So what I'm going to do is I cut this off of a rear cassette or hub. I'm going to put that there like that. And once I weld it in a couple of areas, I probably weld it here, 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 and here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here, 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 and here, and then round it off nice and neat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the chain ring, and we're going to take this and weld this on the inside of the chain ring after you cut it out. And then what you do is you put the chain ring onto and thread it onto the onto it like that. That's the idea. And that will give you your freewheel crank. I mean, I've seen a kid do it, and it turned out pretty good. The first thing I was worried about was making sure that this piece here was centered. And it's not really something I have to worry about, because this hole here it perfectly sits in here, so it's like perfectly lined up and ready to weld. So that'll be nice and true there. What I'll do is I'll run a bolt through it, and I'll clamp it down in the middle before I weld it. That way it doesn't move to the side, and I don't want it to be oval or anything like that. The hard one will be when I have to weld this to this chain ring, because if it's this way or this way or this way or this way, obviously it's going to be shaking like crazy. You want it perfect. So we're going to see how we're going to have to figure out a way how we're going to center that. But at least the crank part, like I said, lines up with that. So that should be pretty easy to do. To be honest, this is probably the hardest part of the build, I think. Anyway, I mean, I got bearings. I've already done my research how I'm going to do it. The issue I have with this bike is the way the frame scissors, because of the shock. It scissors here and not back here. So this piece here is like one piece. And so if I hang something off the frame here and chain it to here, every time I hit a bump and the shocks go, the chain's going to come loose or fall off, or it's going to get really super tight. So that's not really going to work. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of this area in here, because it's just big enough to get the hoverboard motor in there. And then this is a steel frame, so what I'll do is I'll weld. I have some plated steel here, and we'll cut a piece to go in here that will hold the motor in. We'll weld it to the frame, and then what we'll do on the right side of the motor, we'll have a gear belt drive going from there to here, and up here we will have a BMX headset extender. It will clamp to this bar here, and then it'll clamp to two sealed bearings, which will be our jack shaft. That will come out here and hang over the crank, where you can put the cluster on there and chain around it. So most of the motor vibration and everything else will be knocked down by the belt. There'll be belt, chain, and then the chain. That's the plan anyway. But what I want to do is I still want to get my hub motor. I still got to ride this thing around until I get this built. Basically what I want to be able to do is build everything and get it ready to go, and then take the hub motor off and install it. So pretty much I'll be getting my hub motor first, and then I'll get the hoverboard, because I still got lots to do here. I got lots of parts. So, but I figured I'd give you guys an update. I did the vote, and yeah, I would like to do a hoverboard project, but I need to get this thing back on the road, especially if there's a second wave of this pandemic. I need to be able to get around with it, and I can't wait for this. But not that I'm not going to do the hoverboard project. I've already started it, but I want to have something to use now as I'm building it. So I figured I'd give you the heads up on that. That's why I did the boat. Actually, we're going to use this, the 2 washers, and we'll bolt this down, and then we're going to start welding it tomorrow and cutting it up. And I'll give you updates on the freewheel crank. See how it turns out. I mean, and the kids on YouTube make it look real easy out down there in India, so I don't see this being a problem. I have everything I need. I have a grinder with a cutter and everything. I have a welder. We're good to go. Later, guys.